Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another ZaffDaily brought you through the internet of South Africa and through the power of YouTube. So let's quickly do a recap of what happened tonight on Twitch. So basically I started I launched earlier today, at about 3 o'clock. I launched Lost Planet Extreme Condition and it didn't run. So troubleshooting it led me to download Games for Windows Live, did not work, which made my stream a little bit later, and then trying the Xbox app to launch the game through that did not work, so bullshit, you know. Can't play the game. Really wanted to play Lost Planet and Extreme Condition because I wanted to see what the sequel to Lost Planet 3 was, you know. Lost Planet 3 was the prequel, and then Lost Planet, you know. I really wanted to experience the story, but thanks to old games and Microsoft being Microsoft, Games for Windows Live does not accept that thing anymore, or even Xbox doesn't work. Xbox app doesn't work. I literally went ahead and installed the Xbox app to get this game to work. Nothing from them. Never again. Sorry. I really wanted to know this. I'm probably just going to read up on the story and be amazed. But, ladies and gentlemen, there's another thing that happened. And I said I'm not going to usually post politics stuff here. But South Africa today had, all across South Africa, aside from my hometown apparently, had some anti-Zuma marches, or Zuma must fall marches. For those of you who don't know, Zuma is the current president of South Africa. Now, there's a couple of reasons why I didn't think a march wasn't as big in my hometown of Bloemfontein as it were in the rest of the country, is mainly my hometown, and I'm sorry to say that. I mean, you can literally ask anyone in South Africa, right? Like, we're the city in the most racist province. Unfortunately. Yeah. That's where I'm from, ladies and gentlemen. I'm proud to call myself a part of the city and a part of this province, but not because of those reasons. Totally different reasons. Mandela mentioned the Free State in The Long Walk to Freedom, where I wish I could get that passage, man. It's amazeballs. But anyway, so we didn't take part in it because mainly we're afraid. We are afraid to do anything political in this little province of ours, right? There were a couple of people, but it weren't as big as it could have been. You know, because we're afraid. We're afraid. But the cool stories out of everything here, right? And this is amazing. I'll have to open a web page to check this out. This is amazing. So, apparently, I think it was in Cape Town or Johannesburg. Apparently, a couple of people protesting, peaceful protesters, were in danger, or they were about to be endangered. I think it was in Joburg. I believe it might be Cape Town. But what happened is now there's the, the MKMCA, right? It is the Umkhonto weSizwe Military Veterans Association. Basically, military veterans, right? Showed up, like 4 of them showed up to protect like a group of 6 people from the ANC party's unrestful protesters, unrestful people, trying to do a protest action against the protest action, right? And it is amazing to see them standing up. The older generation of South Africans who fought for the ANC. They fought for the ANC. You know, they were like, literally like, hey, you know, and they were like, no. ANC protesters, this is bullshit. We're protecting the people that have a right to be here. And I'm like, holy shit. Now, of course, there were incidents, and my Facebook is full of them for some reason. Please remember that what I told you about my province, right? Just keep that in mind. My Facebook posts are full of it, where people show the ugly side of the protests. And one of them being a guy being pelted with stones and hit with bricks half bricks were thrown at him. He was pelted by branches. And then again, guess what? Nkontu Wesizwe Military Veterans Association stepped in to help the guy, get him in a police van and leave him, get him to safety. Now, he passed out a couple of times. This is one of the stories that actually I looked at this and I'm like, you know what, this is a bad story, but you know what? All in all, it was a good thing. And I didn't take part in the rallies, mainly because, like I said, I was afraid. And mainly because I slept in. I usually wake up around about 12ish in the afternoon, and the thing started from 12 to 2. And when I wake up, ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to see me when I wake up. And it wouldn't have been a good idea for me to do something like this. And I feel deeply sorry that I didn't partake in these protests. But I am South Africa. I'm so fucking proud of you. I am so fucking proud of you. And it's funny that this comes out a week after... This video comes out a week after I made that Zaff Extra video, I'm so proud of you, South Africa. It's not even funny. Wow. Almost brings a tear to my eye, And here, and now on to other news, totally other news, removed from South Africa. Tomorrow night I'm going to stream Domina. Basically Twitch integrated Ludus management game. Now for those of you who don't know what a Ludus is, it is the frickin' gladiatorial practice arenas for gladiatorial matches back in the ancient days of Rome. And I can't wait to play that, see how it plays out. It looks amazing, it looks a lot of fun. And maybe tomorrow night I'll play that and maybe something else. I don't know, depending on how long it takes me to finish the game. Apparently, according to the developers, it'll only take you 1 hour. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm guessing 4. And yeah, and another thing with the Revlo currency, the Beard Essence. So people have been bugging me in channel to play Baldur's Gate 2. Now I know Baldur's Gate 2, to stream Baldur's Gate 2. I know Baldur's Gate 2 is brilliant. I've never finished it. I just know it is one of the brilliant games. And as with other games that I've played, Twitch was the reason for me to finish them. That's a cool thing about Twitch. Twitch gives you a reason to finish games. And it's a very difficult game to stream, firstly. Let me tell you that first. It's a very, very difficult game to stream, mainly because there's a lot of reading going on. So I'm going to counter this, is I will read through the stuff, through the dialogue options or whatever, and I'll give the viewers a brief overview of what was said in the dialogue and just choose the correct one, to lessen the stress on my throat and my vocal cords, at least, for the duration of the game. Now, this is a 90-plus hour game, I think. Plus, I'm going to play the expansion. So my viewers came together and funded, through their Beard Essence, their Revlo currency, the ability for me to play the game. Like, give me a reason to play the game. I want to see that, I would gladly, if I was that kind of streamer that can actually speak a lot without hurting himself, I would have streamed that a long time ago, trust me. And now this just gives me incentive to find a different way to stream the game and to make it more fun and enjoyable for the viewers. I can't wait to go on to that expedition, which will be tomorrow night, Monday night. And tonight, since the Lost Planet thing didn't work, I played a bit of Dungeons 2. Brilliant game. You guys should check it out if you love Dungeon Keeper. If you loved the original Dungeon Keeper, Dungeons 2 is a very cool spiritual successor. Damn, this is going to be a long video. And then that is basically that. Yeah, that's basically that. I'm just so amazed. I'm still looking at the crappy story of the guy being pelted by rocks and everything. But I'm still amazed at what, and I'm going to say it, you have accomplished today, South Africa. I wish I could have been there. I wish I could have been there. Aside from Johannesburg, I think, personally, and this is a scary thought, and it's not about race or anything, but it is very dangerous here in my hometown. Really, really very dangerous. Because depending on the color of your skin. Yeah, it's very dangerous here. And it goes both ways. I'm not saying it's dangerous for you if you're a white man. It's pretty damn dangerous for you if you're a black person. You know, white person or black person, depending. It's very dangerous either way of the spectrum. I mean, I've walked into. Let me tell you a personal story. So I'm at this one bar. Massive beard, white, shortish, shaved, almost shaved head and everything. And I'm sitting there, and this kid, this black kid, comes and stands next to me. And I'm ordering a drink, a beer, and I like look over the crowd, you know, just like, okay, cool, there's no one here I recognize, and I continue on drinking. I'm sitting at the bar, I'm a barfly, usually. And I look at, like, while glancing, I look at him, and I'm like, and I just like, hey, smile, and I'm like, hey man, how you doing? And he's like, goeienaand, boss. And I looked at him, and I'm like, wait a minute. What happened here? What did you just call me? And he switches to English, and he's like, no, dude, I just said, like, good evening, boss. Like, goeienaand, boss is good evening, boss. And I'm like, wait, no, dude, you've got this wrong. You've got this wrong. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm not a farmer. I'm not proudly white. I'm just a human being here, dude. Let me buy you a drink and let's talk a bit. Let's talk this out. And it turns out, like, he saw me and he was afraid. He saw me and he was afraid. Not because of the beard and the reasonably fat stature I have. And I didn't even I wear like proper clothes to go out at night, you know. And he saw me. This kid, this black kid, saw me. And he was afraid. He was afraid, and he started using respectful terms that he has been brought up with because he didn't want me to cause a ruckus. What the balls, man? You see, example of the province we live in, right? And he's not even from the province. He came to study, I think, law or something here in Bloemfontein, my hometown. And he was afraid of this fat bastard. And it's all because of the way I looked. I mean, I was pretty much like when you're slightly drunk, you know, when you're slightly tipsy and everything. He started opening up, and he's like, I saw this big white bearded guy, and I'm not really that big, but still fat-ish. He's like, I saw this big white bearded guy, and my first instinct was, you're a farmer. I need to treat you with the level of respect. My people, his words, my people treat you so that we don't get into shit. And I'm like, nah, dude, come on, let's drink. We're all South African here. And it went into a whole racial debate and everything. And I'm like, dude, we're South African. We're not white or black. We're South African, you know. We are proud people of the South African, I want to say continent, but proud people of the African continent. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But he literally was afraid, like literally was afraid of me at that stage. And then I can tell you the same, like with the other way around, you know. I avoid eye contact unless I'm drunk and I'm happy and I want to talk to people. But I do generally avoid eye contact with black people. And that's my fault, you know. I just like see them and like, just go ahead when I'm sober, you know. But I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this video, I think. But I don't want to get a lot of flack, and I don't want things to be like that in this province. You know what's the other thing? Here's another thing. There's a band called Zebra and Giraffe from Cape Town. So I'm sitting there, my friend, my cousin knew them, so we went to their show, and he knew the manager of the band. So we went to their show, and I'm like, we're enjoying it and everything. And you know what freaked me out the most? And this was a couple of years ago that night. They got a black guy in traditional garb dancing on the stage going crazy. And I'm having a lot of fun. I'm like, what's this? What's this? You know? It's weird And this was a couple of years ago. I'm talking 5, 6 years ago. I'm like, this is weird. And I started talking to my cousin, and he's like, no, in Cape Town, it's all where we don't care. I'm like, but it's weird for me as someone from the Free State to see this, you know? And then we got into a conversation of like, but it's weird. It made me question what I pictured to be in a band. Like, if, and this is again indoctrination. I'm sorry, this is again indoctrination. If I see white people on the stage, I expect the entire band. It's just how I was indoctrinated, to be white. If I see black people on the stage, I expect the entire band to be black, you know? I'm going to get so much flack for this. And that one incident changed my entire perspective. Zebra and Giraffe, thank you. That one incident just changed everything, you know? Granted, I'm in a province, again, keep in mind what I told you about the province. And this was 6 years ago. That was probably my biggest turning point with regards to racism in South Africa, about 6 years ago. Because before that, I just thought it wasn't a problem. You know, I just like, we're all colorful people, we're all part of the Rainbow Nation. This is a political rant, I'm sorry. And that one incident just changed my perspective and my way of thinking, you know? And still today, like ever since I've returned from South Korea, I've been, oh shit, I'm pissing off a lot of South Korean American friends that were in South Korea when I was there. But since my return from South Korea, I've been more open with regards to race relations and everything. I've been more open to points of views and everything. And it saddens me to think that something like this still affects our country. But it should. It should. Because if it didn't affect our country, we would have been the perfect country, most perfect country to live on earth. And we're not. And I just hope, this is my final message, I just hope that South Africa will have, I just hope for a better and future mixed. I just hope for a better future for South Africa. Because of today's actions all across South Africa and some places probably across the world even, you know. And South Africa, I'm proud. I am so proud of you. Damn. I'm so proud. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I can talk about this. I wanted to make like a 5-7 minute video. This has gone long enough. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me through Twitch and everything. And I love you all. And South Africa, thank you for teaching me new things every day. Until next time, you should have a beardly good one.